In the 2024 HCL International Bridge Championships, I approached many top players and requested them for an interview. Many readily agreed. In just a couple of days, I had tens of gigabytes of video clips. I couldn't have processed them during the tournament. Players like Boje Brogeland, Gavin Wolpert, Charlsen also were Jannersten, who supplies us boards and software to handle our tournaments. And then Sartaj Hans, Rajath Shourie, and Subodh Maskara were kind enough to offer their time during a busy tournament. I am extremely thankful to them for agreeing to give these interviews. One of the interviews did not get processed properly, got lost, but the rest 6 are fine. In this video, I present the interview of Subodh Maskara. Subodh has been a very good sponsor and has sponsored teams for many events in the World Bridge Tour. Both Indian and foreign players have played on his team. His aim is to get a professional Indian team that can compete at the highest international level and do well. I hope you like the interview. So Subodh, first of all, a big thank you for supporting Bridge in India in a generous manner. In the context of your support to the game, I would like to ask you a few questions. First of all, when did you learn Bridge?
I was introduced to Bridge maybe about 5 years ago by my friend who used to play poker with me, but he knew that I have given up poker 12-15 years ago. And he said, so why don't you play Bridge? I said, what is Bridge? And I said, okay. He taught me the basics and we went to Bombay Gymkhana to play. And then I met somebody who I knew, which was Deepak Podar. So from 2019-20, I started learning Bridge through Anal. And we were playing club level tournaments, and I never really came to any competitive Bridge until 2022, where I started coming to one of these national events with Jaisal, Amit, me, and just a motley crew of team. And it was fun. And then, I don't know, I just woke up one morning and I called Anand and I said, I feel like going to the World Bridge Open Championships in Poland at Wrocław. I said, let's go. You and me, and we got Rajiv and Himani and Sandeep and Mary, and they were already going there for some mixed event with Kiran. So I said, okay, 4 of you be in my team and me and Anal. I said, let's go and play. And I really was exposed to world-class Bridge there, and I was really inspired. I said, wow, Bridge has a potential in terms of there is excellence in Bridge. There is a certain discipline in Bridge. There is a certain elusiveness of perfection in Bridge because you're always dealing with mistakes that you make. And it was very fascinating for me. And I told Anal, I said, surprisingly, even though we were a team of, I played all sessions at the Swiss League, and we were the second ranked highest team in the 6 Indian teams that were there. We were just behind Formidables. In the last round, we required 12 or 13 to qualify. So it was that good for us. I got inspired and I decided that I want to start a team. And so the first thing I did was got Zia, and that was the first time I called the team Mavericks. It was Jaggi.
Oh yeah, 22, yes.
So Jaggi, Thakral, me and Anal. And then I put the team together of Kaizad, Laltu, Jaggi, and then me and Anal, and we had a 6-member team. And that was the birth of Mavericks 2 years ago in December.
So I would say that for about 2 years you have been playing really competitive Bridge.
2.5
seriously.
2 years.
2.5 years.
2.5.
Okay. So are you satisfied with your progress in the game? What are your personal goals in Bridge?
I'm very, very happy because, one of the things I've spoken to so many people, who have got a chance to meet, that it takes between 7 to 10 years before you really understand the game well. There is a certain experience of playing, and there's a certain experience of seeing some situations and dealing with those situations, including being in high pressure situations, that help you become a better player. So I put myself in that situation so that I can learn faster. Unlike young people, I don't have that much time. So I need to compress my learning of 7 years in maybe 2 or 3 or 4 years. That's the maximum I'm giving myself to become what I would consider one of the better sponsor players in India or even the world. I mean, I'm not aspiring to be a Jaggi or a Kaizat who are gifted, or Sumit, or gifted bridge players who understand everything. Maybe I will get that at some point in time. But right now, I want to become a very good player. Everything that I do, I want to become the best I can in that particular thing. I'm not comparing myself to anybody.
Yeah.
For me, it's a personal goal. It's a personal growth.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with anything else.
Correct.
I never compare myself or anybody to anything. It's for me absolute progress.
I would like to know your thoughts about team formation.
It's called team. I have a view on team. I think team harmony, team discipline, team understanding, team hard work. These are foundations to any success. And these were my conditions, are my conditions, will be my conditions for any team that I form. I don't believe that individual excellence can take you very far in a game like bridge. I feel it is team harmony, team understanding, and the fact that, it's such a interesting game because we spent 80 days on the road out of our homes in playing various. Let's say we play about 12 tournaments in a year. If the team, everybody in the team cannot sit together and have dinner or a drink and talk, it's not a team.
Okay.
So for me, it's very important that we all sit together, eat breakfast, lunch, dinner as often as we can and have a good time and want to be there. And then performance follows after that. I mean, they're all, there are great players. How do you get a bunch of 6-7 players who love each other and respect each other?
I recall your interview, I think, in the Bridge from Home, and you had said something about yoga and a certain routine.
I think everything is connected. Obviously, I have a very different view. I don't think anything can happen in isolation. I think discipline, self-control, your own self-awareness, which you get through yoga. You can get it through many other, but yoga is one tool for self-awareness. How self-aware are you? How disciplined are you? For me, I think the most unintelligent thing a person can do is ignore its health. I have a very strong view on this. So, I think Indian bridge is still a long way from, we only have part-time bridge players. Whether it's Jaggi Shavdasani or Sandeep Thakaral or anybody, they have a job and they play bridge. They earn from somewhere and they have fun somewhere else. Or they are earning somewhere and they're passionate about something. In the Western, the system is a little different. You have professional, thoroughbred bridge players whose livelihood depends on how well they do in bridge. Whether it's a Boje, Bake, Zia, you name it, and there are one top 50, 100 professionals who just play bridge. Now, until you don't have that kind of dedication, I want to find a group of 6 players who will dedicate their lives for bridge, and I'm happy to compensate them so that they only do bridge, because ultimately I would like to go out and have an Indian team winning the World Championship. Now, without that, it's not going to happen. But, I'm waiting for that day when 6 young, capable, motivated players come to me and say, sir or Subodh, we will dedicate our life and work as hard as you want us to do. And then I will get a world-class coach. I will put them in a world-class facility. I will make them play bridge. I will do whatever is required on the tertiary side as long as they give me the time and commitment. But unfortunately, right now I'm a little handicapped as far as that is concerned.
What are the criteria that you go by for hiring? If I ask you to put together 6 good players, how will you know these are 6 good players?
Of course, you look at some track record of performance. Because they are not young players who you just pick out from the bed and say, he's a good player. A good player would already leave a signature of his performances over a period of time. And again, I'm not interested in a good player. I'm interested in a good partnership. So if a player comes, I want to know who his partner is. I want to know what they've done as a partnership. I want to know how long they are playing with each other. I want to see them together and see how well they gel with each other. I don't want to see a monkey and a horse as partners. I want to see two monkeys or two horses or two chimpanzees, so they know they can get along.
Yeah.
And they will be in the same room, they'll eat the same food, they'll talk, they'll spend time with each other. For me, those qualities are more important. And then performance will come. Bridge is not a difficult game. Actually, I feel it's a very easy game. It's about understanding your partner and your partner understanding you, and what you say, your partner understanding, and what the partner says, you understanding. That is all bridge is all about. There's nothing about cards. There's no mystery.
Let us come to the quantitative part of it.
Go ahead.
For example, we have master points. Would you go by that as one of the...
No, it is not really true, because I don't look at history. I would look at more recent performance. I mean, we've got master point champions who are playing bridge for 20 years, who have accumulated thousands and thousands of master points. It is irrelevant to me. If I won a race 20 years ago in the Olympics, doesn't mean I can go on and win the Olympics again today. So for me, little recent past is important. And more importantly, I want to see some fire in the belly, some youth, some energy, some desire to commit, some 8 years of 10 years of bridge left, where I know that if I invest and he's invested, we are both invested in each other, there's a future. There must be some, there is no science, it's just my feeling.
There was a platform, OK Bridge, like Bridge Base Online.
Yeah.
It was around 2000. And it had a rating system.
Yeah.
And I could log in and get a game at my level. Have you ever sort of asked your players to check themselves, assess themselves on any of those platforms?
I don't want to, I don't think that that's fair. I'm not here to test them. The test is in our performances when we play.
Okay.
So I look at Mavericks as a team and how we do in the tournaments that we go. We have a very rigorous post-match assessment where every imp dropped and gained is assessed by our coach. There is a format that we look at, and we look at many aspects, and then we try and solve that through dedicated practice sessions built around that theme, where we find a continuous error on a particular pair. For example, if they're having some bidding mistakes or some judgment errors or some high-level judgment errors or high-level bidding, I mean, but sometimes it's very difficult to, teach a old dog new tricks. So,
what are your future plans for the team, for your team and for the other up-and-coming teams?
My future plans are not for my team. I have a plan, and I would like to see Indian bridge thrive. I'm a little disappointed that there is no concerted effort to really promote, engage, and get new players into the system. Every year, if you have an ambulance and a doctor standing outside every bridge tournament, that's not a good sign. I think we should have more young people.
Yes.
The biggest shock I had was when somebody from the Chandigarh Association told me, sir, at one time we had 2,000 registered members. Today we have only 40 because 1,960 have died.
Yeah.
And we have not got a single registration, new registration in the last 5 years, say, or 10 years or whatever. That's disturbing. Where is the development of bridge happening? It is such a good game. I started bridge because my mother died of dementia. And so I took bridge to improve my memory and make sure that I'm working certain muscles that I'm constantly improving. But more than that, it's at multiple levels, it's a fascinating game. So why is it that we're not able to attract? It's a failure of our system. It's failure of the bridge players who are playing today. It's the failure of Bridge Federation of India that we are in this situation. And every player is equally responsible for not being the ambassador and getting at least 2, 3, 4 players.
I have finished this table of questions. Is there anything else you want to add?
No. I mean, what can I say? My future plans is to see Indian bridge on the world stage. Great Indian teams going and doing well at the world level. Indian teams participating in more international events. I am always humbled by how much Kiran does. And I think HCL can be that one tournament where we can attract 20, 30, 40 foreign teams. I want to sit with Kiran and understand why can't we do that? How can we have a strategy? Because that is the only way to integrate Indian bridge with world bridge. Today we are an island. We are in an island. Nobody knows about Indian bridge. Few people. Of course, Formidables used to go earlier in the tournament. There is some name of Formidable, but that's it. Now Mavericks is going to at least 3 or 4 international events. And in fact, we went to Iceland and we did very well over there in the WBT. We came second. We were the toppers in the Swiss League. We played 19, 20 rounds. So it was a very, 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 tough match. And I felt good that as a team, we were there with the best of the best. We beat Zimmerman's team.
Thank you very much and wish you all the best for all your plans for your game and your team.
Thank you.